Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, playing a 20NL Aussie dollar session on the Pop Bombers Club and the Work Hard, Play Hard series. Shout out to the Pop Bombers guys who are continually very supportive of my my efforts to become a well-respected and busy affiliate. As usual, they run a good, tight ship. And they give me the ability to get my players into some exceptionally good games, and I haven't given them a shout out for a while, and they deserve one. So this video today is all Pop Bombers. Hopefully those guys will use it in their YouTube channels too. So we've got to say something nice with you, haven't we? But it's all merited. So yeah, these 20 games. Some guys have asked me, oh, they'd like the video and subscribe and all that shit. Pop over to Facebook and join the group if you're not a prat. All those things. Yeah, some guys have asked me, like, can you play in some tougher games against more regulars so we can, like, see how you fare against regulars? Because all I seem to do lately is make videos of me beating fish up. And I'd have no issue doing that whatsoever. I wouldn't have the slightest problem with it if I could find those games. But I've tried as hard as I can. I haven't been able to. Not mean I could get on wait lists for like incredibly tough looking tables, etc. But I just don't have the time to do that. What are we doing here? I mean, I've raised here versus this passive player's lead. This guy's made a huge raise over the top. We only have an open ender. I think we're gonna be tapping out here. I think. We are going to be opening we were going to open the Queen 9, and then I pressed rabbit by mistake. Red J, get your act together, son. Yeah, so I tried to find some tougher games, struggled, didn't have time to like get on waitlist for the toughest games. We have some more reggish players at our tables here. We have like a Nitty Fish here, regular-ish looking player there. Will just jamming all in. Went off to the races. He's going to want to run it multiple times, I guess. No, he hasn't. He's just gone for the one time. I'd have been a one-time guy anyway. I've stopped doing the whole run it multiple times thing. If people want to gamble, people want to put all the chips in against me and then gamble, then fine. That's what I'm now forcing people to do. Refused. I don't do the whole run it twice anymore. Never mind, forget that. Yeah, so try to find some tougher looking tables, but it is difficult because the games are so bloody good. So we'll try our best. And maybe we'll try and manufacture some tough spots as well that we wouldn't normally get ourselves into. Just to give us some more things to talk about. Let's go with a big old squeeze here. 4x open plus a call from two what look to be pretty bad players. I've been informed that there's no such thing as a tag cap, by the way, so we're just going to tag everything. Do we get it all in here? I mean, it seems ridiculous that Ace-Jack could even be close to being good here. We're going to fold. 9's and Ace-King. We were in terrible, terrible shape. We would just have lost because you can't run it multi-way, and I wouldn't have done it anyway. So cool, I can start giving like yellow tags out now to nits and things. Not one of my favourite things in the world to do. We can start handing out tags to these dudes. And if I do run out of tags, Chris, if you watch this, I'll be coming looking for you, kiddo. I'll be coming looking for you because I'm going to be tagging a lot of players that don't really need to be tagged right now. Don't know what to tag 36-21, so we will leave that for now. Just going to tag like regulars, red, nits, yellow. Don't know what I'm going to tag you. These guys would be green, but there's no such thing as green, so it has to be blue. Let's go with the squeeze here. Too busy tagging people. They'd probably be an orange, I guess. ISO with the 8-7. Sorry if the audio's a bit shit, by the way, but it's about 27 degrees outside. It's very humid and sticky in here. This is the guy who just round 5s in earlier, isn't he? So I'm just refusing to wear my headset because it'll just make me want to explode. Good start with the second kind of flip against this dude. We do it again. He's happy just to throw chips in. And there's no tomorrow, isn't there? We like him. We like this dude. You can come again, sir. Sorry if the video isn't quite sized up. I forgot to do it properly before we started. Should be alright though. Yeah, Chris, if I run out of tags, I'm holding you personally responsible. Because normally I wouldn't bother tagging like anyone who looks remotely reggy. I just tag the whales, and if I see enough pink tags at tables, then I stay at them. That's all I need to know really, but now you're telling me I can tag everyone, then I'm going for it. I am going for it. See, normally these 3621s would get my loose aggressive tag, but we don't really have one here anymore. We have this one that's left really, that I don't really want to use, so I guess untagged means, well, I don't fucking know what untagged means. It means I can't be asked to tag you basically, can't be asked to think about what you are. But it doesn't mean good, let's put it that way. If you're not tagged, it doesn't mean I think you're good. It just means I think you're maybe not quite bad enough to be given a bad player tag. It is fucking hot today, by the way. Just took a young man down the beach. Normally we get an ice cream each. I couldn't be doing with an ice cream today. I had to get like a fruit shoot Calippo type thing. Not a fucking patch on a Calippo, by the way. Very disappointing that Calippos were not available. I think next time I go with him, I'll be getting a cider ice lolly, I think. Not a cider, obviously not a real cider ice lolly. I'm going to flat this King 7 on the button because bad player. I mean like a fake cider ice lolly. Used to love them as a kid. He's just absolutely bombed. I'm going to raise here because fuck it. Then we have some backdoor stuff. And if he comes over the top then we have fuck all, so we don't mind just folding. And wow, he did come back over the top, didn't he? He's not fucking around. Ace King completely misses. We're going to kick it off with a very small stab though, against someone who doesn't have many chips and is pretty passive. With snap calls, we get a pretty diabolical turn, so we'll just be getting the reload ready and folding. Is this table suitably crap for you now? It's not even that crap. We've got 37 and a 32 VP, but it looks crap to me compared to what I'm used to. So there you go, we'll maybe do some battling on this table against reasonably competent players. Flop a gut shot, which is a nice start. And a backdoor flush draw. Turn is a king. It's going to jam, I think. Oh, timer. It's going to jam. I'm going to have a lot of like King X in my range. Put lots of pressure on his mid pairs, etc. And we have a good shot and hopefully an ace to fall back on if we get called. 3-4. We are ahead. What the fuck is that all about? We are ahead. That is bonkers, but we'll take it. Running it up to fuck on this table with some good old-fashioned gambling. So this dude has 3-bet. I mean, I think if this was a bit more connected we would call. But I think 7-3 is just a bit too. If that was like 7-5 suited, 7-6 suited, 6-5 suited, there's not a chance I'd be folding it, but I think 7-3 suited would be a stretch. We're not making a Funky Friday video, we're just trying to get in like some tougher situations without spewing. And he snapped us when we had the Ace Four of Diamonds. I was very confident we were going to need help. As it happens, we had him in lots of trouble, which was an incredibly pleasant surprise. Where's my vapor at? There you are. As you can maybe, so apologies if you can hear the fan. My microphone is pretty close to my laptop. My laptop fan doesn't usually, well, it sometimes comes on when I've got 3 clients open and Camtasia running, but not always. But I think maybe the extra humidity and fucking general temperature of the room. Probably should have got one of the fans from upstairs and created some air movement. But that maybe would have made even bigger fucking racket. Who knows? It's just too hot. Summer can fuck off already. I like looking at it. I don't like being in it very much. That's my take on summer. Nice to look at. Don't like being in you. There's probably some sort of sexual joke in there, but I'll let you make them up for yourselves. King 3. Nice peel out of the small, sir. Nice peel out of the small. Could just flat here, but I think it's also fine to 3-bet. It kind of stinks if we get jammed on because we've got a very nice hand that we kind of want to play. Wowee! What the fuck? He's clicked it back. He's gone all in. I mean, we're just getting a price to just run with it here, aren't we? Assuming that could be dead money there. Who knows? Ah, fuck it. In she goes. Probably fucked against this dude. Oh, we're at the races again. Can we continue our run good? It's not looking good. Nope. I think we're in trouble this time. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Once he come along, I was kind of stuck with my hand, wasn't I? Guess we're going to go with the 3-bet here against a regular. Not playing heads up though. Oh no, he's back, but he's not back with a lot of money. If this table doesn't fill up soon, we maybe go and find another one, because playing this short-handed wouldn't be anywhere near my speciality. Playing like a nit 6-handed, that's my speciality. Jack ball, please. Just put a jack up there. Don't run it twice or 3 times, lads. Just run it once and put a jack up there. I think we'll play our button and leave this table, because it's just it's just tedious, this sort of stuff, when you're all in every hand and what have you. No fun for anybody. So 39/4 is raised under the gun. This guy's in the pot. This guy in the big blind's in the pot. We need to be in this pot because of all the passive. I mean, this guy doesn't 3-bet. This guy doesn't 3-bet. This dude might 3-bet. Well, we're going to see a flop a lot of the time here against some players that we would imagine we got a pretty big edge on. Peel once for the gut shot. Do not get there. Do not get there on the turn here on table 1 either with our other gut shot. Double gut shot actually. Probably could have barreled, but I think the 6 probably isn't a good barrel card. Holding here. I think calling here given the price. Check raising the river seems sexy. Check raising river here seems sexy on table 1. Until he pots it. Then it loses a lot of its appeal. This guy's limp shoved. We've only got ace jack. So we're out of the way. Well, mate, it's a 45-minute video today. I don't really have time to make 2 half-hour ones. Started recording late. Wanted to keep my commitment to putting 3 videos out this week though, and won't have much time to do one tomorrow, so this presented my only opportunity, so maybe we'll stretch this one out for half an hour. I said stretch out for half an hour, I meant 45 minutes. I meant half an hour from now, did I? I don't know what the fuck I meant. Who knows what I fucking meant? These two are having a smashing time, knocking the fuck out of each other, aren't they? Don't think we can call a 4x here. I'd love to. On the button I'd be peeling it all day against someone with these stats. Well, I think at the small blind I think it's going to be hard to make money from it. Again, not a super exciting spot with a king 10, but we can play it given the small blind came along too. This guy only c-bets 42%, so mind you, his bet's so small there. It's going to suck me in, I think. I think he's got me. He's got me for a raise. Nuts, we like that. Donked in 2, we like that even better. One of the worst cards, the turn cards they could have found for us. Just going to jam this turn though. He's not going to fold a straight. If he's got a flush then sucks to be me, I guess. You can have 2 pairs there, you can have pair plus flush draw, lots of things you can call with. Easy call here with the queen after checking back that flop. And we river the 3rd nuts. So I guess it's time to bet pretty big and fold to a raise, because if we check raises here without the ace of hearts I'd be absolutely, my flabber would be gasted, put it that way. This guy's gone for a limp raise again. This time he's made it a very interesting size, which we can call, because we're very likely going to be going multi-way. Don't do it. What a disappointing flop, because we know he's going to jam and we can't call. Alright, he's just decided to put this guy all in. I really want the kings to lose here, just to punish him for taking a fucking shite line. Didn't happen though. The 5-4 could not get there. I don't like seeing stupid lines like that getting rewarded. Nice of a purple tag just to come and sit directly to our, well, second direct to our right. Very cordial of him. Do we defend the 8-5 suited here? I mean, this guy's got no money to win, and he's probably opening very tight range, but an opportunity to play two, not one, but two high V pip whales, and I just can't turn that opportunity down. Could be in trouble here though, because we can't fold just yet, of course. Then we call. This guy's almost certainly going to go all in. We might just be burning 240 here, because this guy goes all in. If this guy like goes all in over the top, then we're just burning our money. But there's a chance I'm prepared to take. And we get a very disappointing turn. And there's nothing much we can do at this point, other than look at the price we're getting. We're getting like 7 to 1. No, it feels bad. The situation feels bad for us, so we're out of there. Or we were obviously ruining this guy. What are these people waiting for? Alright, so I did. Outrageously bad flop, but when the Hawk Fortune favours the Brave, there's some good turn cards for us. 9 Jack, Diamond. I mean, he called so quickly on the flop. I think we're just going to check here. See that much merit to betting. There were not that many draws out there that he called the flop with it. We need to try and like deny equity too. I'm just going to fold. He snap called ace-8-4, then bet the turn, and there's no draws out there, so I'm going to assume he's relatively ace-x heavy. I'm going to bet a second time here and probably just give up river if he calls again. And blocking hearts clearly isn't a good thing to be doing here, in terms of like what we can get value from on the river or what have you. If we check, not likely to have as many hearts as range to bluff with. We can't really value bet our 6 on the river if he calls again, so I think the river would just have been a check fold. Please don't squeeze. Interesting flop, multi-way. Can't raise, I don't think. I mean, he's got a super high c-bet though, hasn't he? I think we can just raise here against him. He c-bets so much, and then just like call it off with our draw. His c-bet's like 70%. He's got aces, which is not good for us because obviously our ace is dead. The straight, so now we're looking for a 9 or some backdoor clubs. We did not get either. Well, I'm not too fucking asked about that. I mean, if a guy's got a 77% 3 or whatever it is, 77% c-bet, then we would hope we have a little bit more fold equity against him than we do with some other people, although he's c-betting multi-way, so maybe that changes it a little bit. Don't really fucking care though. Right, so we've got 2 absolute crazy fuckers here. Oh, what size do we want to do this? Not that size, do we? We don't want to go to that size. That seems reasonable, and even that's fucking way too big. We're putting like 80% of our stacking nearly. Now we can't use that size on fold. We're in a flip. How are we going to do this time? We're on well in flips so far. We're going to continue to run well in flips. Yes, we are. mean, it's ridiculous how good these games are. Absolutely ridiculous. And just open limps off his 5 bigs. Trying is the lad. He's trying. He just wants to hit that flop, get some of his money back. Get on the road to recovery. This is too loose from the cut off, by the way, but we're doing it. Because fish there. Two callers. Just backdoor equity on the flop. Probably bet once if we check 2. And then only bet the very best of turns, like a 4 or a diamond. So I think because we're only not going to continue down multiple streets, we'll make it slightly bigger here. Because we're not going to be try and get a bit more fold equity this street, because we're not likely to be barreling that many cards on the turn. Get called and we get a turn that makes it easy for us in terms of just being able to give up. Donk out just for amusement's sake. Just to amuse me. Better. That's the way, son. You'll do for me. Check call donk. Was there ever a line that said value more than check call flop donk turn? If there was, well, there's obviously more value lines like 3 bet, 4 bet, 5 bet, 6 bet, 7 betting, etc. But it's a pretty reliable line. When shit players check call flops and donk turns on cards that are good for their range, they improve a lot of their range significantly, like that one did. You can safely fold an awful lot of hands, and you can certainly fold 5 high. Guy folds to a lot of C bets, so we'll take a small stab. He got the best of hands for calling down turns and rivers. 8 isn't a good card. It's not terrible, but I mean, we're now behind to his 8x as well as his Jack X and his King X. And now spades get there too, so it's the worst one possible. All we can do here is hope he's got a 10-9, a Queen 10. Don't have many of them because we've got all the fucking 10s, but we can only hope. Queen 9. Happy days. I always find it quite interesting that I have my videos average 150 odd views in the first week of being hosted, and I maybe get just a handful of inquiries about getting into these games from YouTube players, and it boggles my mind because I know a lot of you guys are into your poker. Most of you aren't playing on app clubs, you're playing on PokerStars, Party Poker, Sky, GG, etc. And I'd like to know what it is that puts you off about playing in such amazing games. Why would you rather play? And I know part of the reason is because you feel more safe on the mainstream sites. But as a gambler, I mean, as poker players, we are gamblers, and part of our job is to make risk-reward calculations and try and make good decisions based on the risk versus the reward. And it boggles my mind that more players aren't willing to take an additional risk that these clubs might stiff you at some point for the reward of just playing in games like this on a daily basis. It's something that I find personally difficult to get my head around. I mean, I used to be the guy that was a bit wary of these apps because no one was making content on them. I didn't know much about them, so it was fear of the unknown. But they're becoming more and more of a known quantity. There hasn't been a scandal of anyone having their funds stolen for a very long time now. Certainly none that I'm aware of, anyway. But still, the doubt seems to be there. We bet this much. I think we can shove river for pot. I think we don't get a chance to though because our opponent folds. All I've been doing now for like 10 months is creating content of me playing poker. Probably, 60, 70 plus videos of me playing poker in some of the like fishiest games you could ever wish to see. And yeah, I've got plenty of people that have signed up through me, but it feels like there's so many more that could, probably should, but haven't. And I guess it just goes to just how risk averse so many people are, even for like relatively small amounts of money. They're assuming if you're like playing on PokerStars, for example, and you're playing 25NL with a $600 bankroll, something like that, which I think's probably about the average bankroll a 25NL player would have. Obviously, I think some like maybe not as good players or maybe try to play up a smaller bankroll. What should we say? Let's say an average of $500, 20 buy-ins. I think like just slicing 10 of those buy-ins off. So even if something did go wrong, you put your money on the site and you just get crushed, or I run off with your money or whatever, and I completely fucking shaft you and steal your $100 from you or whatever, your $200. It's. I find it quite strange how risk averse people who like enjoy gambling games, who enjoy like putting their money at risk, but are then too risk averse. I mean, they're putting their money at risk in games that many of them are struggling to beat for a reasonable win rate. Many more of them are just struggling, just don't beat full stop. So like, you're playing in games that you maybe regularly have to deposit to stay in. So you're playing in games that are a losing proposition for you, a guaranteed losing proposition unless you improve. When you could be playing in games where it's much more likely you're going to be able to have a positive win rate, but you're turning down the opportunity to do that. I kind of understand it because I was this guy. Then 12 months ago, I was that guy who didn't want to go near these apps because I hadn't educated myself about them, hadn't spoke to people about them. I was just not interested. Leave me alone. So I understand it, but I understand the position that you're in, but it's made me very acutely aware of just how risk averse so many poker players are. It seems like it shouldn't be that way to me. Without layers in the community where we do things that other people in our communities don't do. We gamble for money on the internet, which is something lots of players are uncomfortable doing. Lots of people in life are uncomfortable doing. So we already proved that we're not as risk averse as many, but we're maybe too risk averse to take punts like an old school rounder. It's not different really to like how it used to be back in the day when Doyle Brunson was driving around America with a shotgun in the boot, potentially not going to get paid, potentially get robbed at the game, potentially get like fucking held up by shotguns. Or when I read Devilfish's book, going around like lots of shitty little backstreet games with loads of scumbags involved where there was way more risk involved, and it's romantic, isn't it? And and I like the more I think about it, the more I like the romance of being like an unregulated app club rounder. It feels like you're doing something just a little bit like under the radar and like being that little bit more unconventional than a lot of your pals are being, and there's a certain like romance to that appeals to me, because when I was a kid, when I was like 15, 16, I knew I never wanted a proper job. I knew I never wanted a proper boss, and it's taken me like 20 years of full-time employment to finally put myself in a position where I don't have the boss. I'm now living the young Reggie dream. I'm not making, absolute fortunes, but I'm making a living doing things I enjoy, playing poker, doing a bit of affiliate work, talking with the poker players, working within the disabled community with some absolutely beautiful families, and Yeah, and I now feel properly like a real proper like, outlier within the community. I don't conform to almost any rules, although, to be fair, I do. I am a registered business and I do pay my taxes because I think that's. You can't be a screaming lefty like me who's like gets after tax avoiders and then do it yourself. So I stay within the rules in terms of like, yep, I've got responsibilities. I need to pay my way in life. But outside of that, it feels really nice and romantic to just be, oh, what do you do for a living, Paul? And I used to be almost ashamed of it. Oh, yeah, I play poker. And I couldn't look people in the eye when I said it. And now I'm just like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, oh, I do a few things. I've got an online business. I don't go into specifics because no one really cares. I do care work and I also play poker for a living. And you can see the look in people's faces like, yeah, really? Okay, mate. Whatever. But those that are genuinely interested and talk to you about it, you can tell there's like a sense of admiration there that you've just like flipped the bird to the man and said, fuck you, I'm not working for the man, I'm doing things my way, and if it goes wrong, well, I'll own that and I'll just deal with it as and when the time comes. If I have to go back to being conventional at some point and taking orders from somebody else, then that's what I'll have to do if I want food in my belly. But it's nice to be at a moment in my life at the moment where I'm responsible for all of my incomes, and yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Do we bet this turn? I think we do. Too much value. It's gonna suck if he raises, but there's too much value to be had there. From Jack 10, Queen 10, King 10, some weaker flush draws, straight draws, etc. Who the fuck's that knocking at my door? Oh bollocks, this wasn't part of the plan. Sorry about that, everybody. Our shopping that was due to come at, well, between 4 and 5 turned up early, so hopefully those of you who watch the content all the way to the end, which I accept isn't many of you, are still with us. Give me a hi in the chat if you're still with us. Sounds a bit like Sarah Millican then, didn't I? I like Sarah Millican, by the way. She's a funny comedian. Comedian. Not sure. Not sure people are comedians and comedians these days, and actors and actresses are just comedians and actors. Not suppose anybody really gets offended by being called an actress or a comedian, but we do live in a world where people get offended all the time at harmless, genuinely well-meaning titles where people just don't really know what the correct description of you would be, or of your work would be, or your job title or whatever. So yeah, if you're still there, put your favourite comedian beneath the chat. Mine would probably be, well, my favourite probably Frankie Boyle, Jim Jeffries, Sarah Millican. I think Jimmy Carr's funny, but I don't think his live shows are that good. I think that they're kind of just a lot of like one-liner jokes rather than, like, Jim Jeffries is a storyteller. Frankie Boyle's just like brutal. He dances all over the place too, but he's brutal and he's got some like really intelligent opinions that I enjoy listening to. Jimmy Carr, I like him, but I think he's much better as a quick-witted panel show host than he is as like a stand-up. Who else do I like? Oh, Sarah Millican's husband. Can't think what he's called now. But again, he's a one-liner guy, but he's much better at it than Jimmy Carr. In his one-liners, there's a lot of like clever wordplay. Really funny. I like him. Not a big fan of American stand-up comedians, to be honest. So yeah, give us your favourite stand-up comedian. I used to love Peter Carr back in the day. Peter Kay even, not Peter Carr. Peter Kay. Not going to see, but they're nice. I think it's the kind of board we're not going to get a lot of folds on from either draws, 10x or ace-x. So we end up just being like a bigger pot that we can't really call many bets in on later streets, so we just kind of like look at the situation, look at the board and think it's not a great situation for our hand. It's a good situation for our range, but not for our hand multi-way. So we kind of just let it go. And we were up against a flush draw and almost certainly at least an ace-x there, if not a set or two pair. So yeah, there we go. We've just about reached the end of the video. Let's do the tally on each table. Plus 38 here, and we're standing up. We've got one more hand to play on this table, at which we are plus 11, so that's plus 49, and I think we're losing at this table for sure. Minus 9, so we're like a plus $40, 40-minute session. We ran good in flips, which is where the profits come from, but we'll take it from wherever it comes, won't we? We're not too proud to take money from winning flips, I can promise you that. King deuce. Nope, thank you. Stand up. I think we just see our next hand at this table. Don't really want to be playing two more hands to like make a video fizzle out. Again, apologies if the audio hasn't been that great. Apologies for the couple of minutes pause in the action when Tesco turned up early. But yeah, well, we may as well wrap it up with our, and we'll see our last time, won't we? Yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. Please do reach out if you, I mean, how can you look at these games and not get in touch? Fuck it, we're going to straddle the last one too. How can you look at these games and not want to get in touch with me? I understand that there is a risk involved, but just get in touch, talk to me about how you mitigate those risks. I've even started doing a little staking program. If you're a winning player and you'd like to be staked to take a look at these games, please do get in touch, because we can definitely do that for you. Just to give you like an introduction to the game, short-term stake, you can see for yourself without risk whether you want to continue with your own money, etc. So yeah, please do get in touch. We're not going to straddle and then fold, are we? That seems bonkers. Straight, please. Nope. So now we're out of this pot. So yeah, we're not going to put any more money in this pot. All that's left for me to say to you guys is take care, stay safe, look after each other, and look after yourselves. I'll be back with another video probably at the start of next week. Now this video is probably going to go out on Friday. I don't plan on making any videos over the weekend. So yeah, it might be Monday or Tuesday next week, but I'm going to try and get another 3 videos out next week too. So yeah, take care everybody, stay safe, enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now.